And this really reminds you in some ways, as you see the weather here, wind chill at 18 with flurries, very much like what we had here in November with conditions.
Actually, I think it's better weather today.
Out comes Phillip Rivers. He did not have a good day here in November. His worst game statistically of the season, but 3 years as a starter and 3 AFC West Division titles engineered by Rivers. Going against a defense with that man so often leading the way, Troy Polamalu. This is the #1 ranked defense in the league. Underrated Aaron Smith on that defensive front. Most of the sacks, Smith leads them on the down lineman in the sack category, but most come from the linebacking core and specifically James Harrison. And there's Polamalu, one of the best players at any position in the National Football League. So Gates, who did not come out for warm-ups, catches one for 21 on first down, and there's Sproles. It's Harrison, and you saw Polamalu come flying through the area also. No gain. And Ladanian looking on as his team. You see, it's been a long time since he had to sit out a game on offense for the first time. Roethlisberger with a run play. Willie Parker gets past the line and gets shoved down by Quentin Jammer. He ran behind Heath Miller. Roethlisberger again. The big question, how will he respond after that concussion suffered against Cleveland 2 weeks back? Would have been iffy if he had to play last week if they didn't have the bye. Max Starks, he's become now a fixture at left tackle with Marvell Smith's injury now IR'd. And Hines Ward, another big season for the 11th year man out of Georgia. And it's Parker again looking good and finding a small seam, making the most of it. Running into the secondary, into the arms of Clinton Hart, but another first down.
I guess the question, Jim, we talked about philosophies. Are the Steelers really going to run it? And the answer so far is yes. All week long, the San Diego Chargers were reading in the paper. All the Steeler players were saying, we got to run it, we're going to run it. And so they said, well, okay, if you're going to do that.
Second down 19 from the 45. Protection for Ben. He swings it over to Heath Miller. Marty locking down that side, but Miller able to scoot ahead back to about the 35. We'll give him 11. 4th and 8. A failure here, and San Diego will be set up in good position.
It's got a quick kick.
Oh yeah, quick kick with the left foot. Roethlisberger gets the job done. Big Ben. He stepped back 25 yards it traveled. Mile High City, and here they are trying to get to the AFC title game. 3rd down, Rivers over the head of Sproles. That was Woodley running right with him. One of the real stars last week for the Chargers, this man, Mike Cyphers. Big story on him in a national paper this week. His mother works in television down in Louisiana, and she later got called by a reporter to clarify that actually all these years everyone's pronounced his last name incorrectly. It's Cyphers. So beware, we're going with that the rest of the day as Holmes takes off. Holmes inside the 50, gets past Cyphers. Nene has the angle. He gets past him hurdling and takes it in for the touchdown. Santonio Holmes breaks it 68 yards. Traveled 54. The return was 68.
Yeah, it was a good job. He broke that first tackle, Jim, and once he broke it, he made good decisions, saw the whole field, made the right cut, and then outran everybody to the end zone.
Thanks to Cyphers' play, spectacular. It's time they give up the touchdown. And this is a run by Michael Bennett, and a flag comes in. After no gain. Boy, Michael Bennett made a couple of plays last week, a surprise.
Personal foul, face mask, number 22 of the offense.
Called against Jacob Hester of the Chargers, the face mask.
Pretty emotional for North Turner not to have him out there.
2nd down and 12. Pressure, and they get him. Woodley on the sack.
Pass coverage, and look at the top of your screen. It's the coverage down the field that gives Woodley the extra time to get there. Wow, what a kick. Went over his head. But you just can't always worry about protection if you're San Diego. If you do that, you won't get anybody open down the field.
Oh, they got to get all the way to the Pittsburgh 43 for a first. Didn't beat the play clock.
Game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
They run it with Sproles. They almost decked him for a loss, and he just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Ferrier and Timmons get to him quickly. Side Phil Simms. Exciting first quarter at 7-7. First play of the second. It's Sproles on first down for only a yard. 3rd and 2. Sproles. The little guy trying to pick up the first down, but Ferrier may have stopped him about a half-yard shy.
Sproles goes down. 4th and 1. Well, he has to. He sees 3 Pittsburgh defenders all over him. You've got to punt the football.
See you Showtime on Wednesday, Phil. Here comes Willie Parker out to about the 25. He's looking good here from what we've seen so far. Had a 100-yard game against him first time out, too. It's him in the kind of situation you wish for, second and short. And Parker is going to have the first down and a bonus yard.
That's always important.
New set of downs for Pittsburgh. And that's Parker. Another good first down carry for 6. You know, interestingly, in his postseason career, Parker now has carried the ball, as you see him here, 65 times, Phil, and he has only 1 rush in the postseason of his career that went for 15 yards or more. That happened to be that 75-yard touchdown run, the longest rush in Super Bowl history.
Yes.
But he's never had another 15-yarder in his entire postseason career, but threatening the way he's running right now to have one today.
They keep blocking up front like this. He is going to get a long run today. Get to the second level.
41 on the ground. They stay with him. And look at him fight for that first down and get it at the 40. The crowd applauding. He's encouraging more, and that was this longest rush against Seattle up in Detroit in the Super Bowl. Hines Ward was the game's MVP. Willie Parker gave his Super Bowl ring to his father, Willie Sr. He had his brother and sister-in-law come up to his house, gave him a new Cadillac to drive back home to give to Dad. He called his dad and said, "By the way, Dad, I left something in the trunk." His dad went in the trunk of that new car and saw a box. He said, "Open it up." And it was the Super Bowl ring. What a way to package a gift for Dad. Here they run it with Moore coming in. 2 touchdowns in the first half quarter. No points since. Harrison was coming in on Rivers, and the pass was dangerously close to being picked by Ike Taylor, intended for Chris Chambers.
In there. They didn't. That's why they called the timeout.
And the timeout call stood and just thrown away. Rivers saw there was nothing unfolding. Hester was over on the left side, but Harrison was wreaking havoc on that play again. 3rd and 10. Blitz. Rivers. Long. Jackson there. Dives. And this could be one of the great catches you'll see in a long time. They give him the catch on the field. He lays out for it. 43 yards. Let's see if this is something challengeable.
Oh, it was an all-out blitz from the other side. Phillip Rivers hung in there, and it looks like he makes the catch.
I think he did. It was Lynn Swan-esque.
Oh, no. Came free.
Yep. Even bounced.
You've got to have possession of the football, and it can hit the ground, but it looks like once it hits the ground, he loses possession. The
roar for the red flag. It'll either be a punt.
Both hands came off the ball when the receiver hit the ground. It's a complete pass.
Yep.
It'll be 4th and 10 on the 20.
4th and 10 back at the 20. They erase the great effort by Jackson. Instead, San Diego gets it at the Pittsburgh 44. Sproles. Woodley decks him along with Harrison. A loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Legadou Nane incomplete, and he just kind of tripped on his own.
They were worried about him in pass protection.
Gets the handle. does Sproles. 2nd and 14. They get him out of the backfield, and he's pancaked by Woodley. It's in honor of his favorite player, Jerome Bettis, who performed the coin toss here today and stirred the crowd when he walked onto the field. That was back in the 6th grade. Look at Sproles, no chance. 12. Gates. Not enough for the first, but enough to give them a good go at 3. From the 34. Roethlisberger, second option, and Holmes snags it. Tackles at the 50. Roethlisberger, Weddle was blitzing, and he picked him up. Roethlisberger now gives it to Moore, and just that quickly, 2 plays, and Pittsburgh's down to the San Diego side of the field. Pick up that yard. With Parker backing it in. No, that's actually Gary Russell, who in the first matchup against San Diego kind of took over, beginning at the halftime of that game, the short yardage role for the Steelers. 15. Gonna air it way down the field to Ward, to the 5, bounced out at the 4.
Now that was a terrific throw by Roethlisberger. First off, it took a long time. I think he was going to throw it to the original wide receiver who was making a double move, and then Hines Ward was the outlet receiver coming all the way across the field. Look where he goes.
Over Cooper and away from Cromartie.
Oh, man, he just got it in there.
They finally find the end zone against the Chargers. I'm talking about the offensive unit. It's Parker. He's going to make his way in. Touchdown, Steelers. Max Starks and Kerry Davis led the way on the left side.
They've been running that play here in Pittsburgh for about 20 years. Bring him down inside. You got good blocking. Oh, there you go. Santonio Holmes, Hines Ward. Kale Matu, the left guard, pulls out, gets a good block. And Max Starks, the left tackle.
Kerry Davis, the last one.
First pass, the receiver had to uncover. And those 2 long throws down the field, Jim, they took well.
1st and 10. Sproles. And they stop them up as they have. Well, Phil, after a whole season-long diet again of watching AFC action,
1st and 10.
did you see a Baltimore-Pittsburgh round 3 or a Baltimore-San Diego matchup in the AFC Championship game? It's going to be one of those 2.
Well, nobody, of course, anytime during the year. So I expect a big change, though, this time.
Missed him.
That's Parker able to get outside. Boy, he just with a 6th sense will go done. Chargers blitz. They pick it up. Pass. Caught. That's Holmes. Get to the San Diego 39. There's another strike. It's Washington to the San Diego 32 and a 1st.
Beautiful throw, beautiful design again. Nate Washington goes down the field. Everybody in the NFL does it. First off, you need protection when you're looking to pick up 3rd and long. I'd say that qualifies as very good protection. Watch 85, going to break to the outside. Then at the last second he stops. The defense thinks he's going to keep coming. They think it's a new look.
Miller. Again, they convert on 3rd and long. And again, the pocket was sealed for Roethlisberger. And rhythm and precision. And Parker has it to about the 8.
Just think about it, Jim. You say it, hey, the running game is taking over, and what they're doing.
2nd down, Roethlisberger has Miller, and he fights for it, and he gets it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
play-action fake, and then Ben Roethlisberger looking in the end zone for two receivers. They are both covered, never hesitates, looks for the third one. Again, it's the tight end Miller. Ben Roethlisberger making good decisions, and physically.
Sproles going to go breather after that run back, and the ball's tipped. And two Steelers are there. The ball is intercepted. It looks like Larry Foote with the football. All set up to get right back into it. Kiesel's play puts it right back in the hands of Pittsburgh. And the fact the last two drives for touchdown. Look at the stutter step move by Parker. And, well, lassos him after a gain of 4. Third down situations. This is only 3rd and 3. Back to Holmes. Look at the block by Roethlisberger. Holmes has the first.
Yeah, he does. A little inside reverse. An obvious running situation, or sometimes running situation for the Steelers. Not like a lot of teams. 3rd and 3 and 4. They'll run it. It's going to be called because he had his hands inside the framework of his body. But once that runner breaks outside.
Sproles trying to come, bounced off a helmet. Picked up a one bounce by the Steelers. William Gay. They're going to call it the muff rule. They'll be putting the football back at the 22. It bounced off the helmet of Eric Weddle. Can't advance it, but the Charger mistakes are mounting.
The ball hit a San Diego player. Cannot be advanced by the kicking team. First down, Pittsburgh.
Cannot be advanced.
Eric Weddle doing a good job in the block, and really what happens, you always have a sense where the football might end up if you're blocking, but you look at the rotation of the football, it goes a lot shorter than they expect, and that's one of the big reasons why it hits Eric Weddle.
Lays out the fake, goes to Ward, who gets free and picks up the first. He escaped Kaysen, and there's a flag on the back end of it.
And a flag on the play.
After the runner is out of bounds, personal foul on the 24 defense.
We just told you about Cletus Gordon. Frustration setting in.
Hines Ward just so strong, terrific blocker, and this time they use him just as a release after a play action fake, and he gets in there and gets that extra yard, and Cletus Gordon loses his cool.
Ridiculous play. Hines Ward.
Well, he'll get under the
With respect.
It's respect.
Yep.
They respect what he's doing and like it, and know they got to match the intensity when they play against him.
Jim Nantz with Phil Simms starting the 4th quarter. Have you ever seen numbers like this in a quarter, Phil?
17 seconds. No, Jim, I can honestly say I have not.
Play count 24-1, and the Steelers are going to go for the knockout right here. They go Davis inside, give, and still waiting for a signal. Steelers think they have it. Seiler with the tackle by the Chargers.
Again, Brandon Seiler was in there anyway.
Rivers in trouble. Woodley has him down and throws him down. The forward progress will have it out at the 2.
And then you realize this other guy, Lamar Woodley, wow, that's close. He threw him down to the ground. You got to be careful.
I saw Rivers make an appeal for that.
Yeah, unnecessary roughness.
Woodley's 2nd sack today.
The initial coverage is good. That's what allows Woodley to get in there and make the tackle.
A 2nd and 20. And in the area of Nene. On 3rd and 20. Middle of the field and over the head of Gates. Who does it again? Look who's airing it out. It's Roethlisberger. Deep ball and almost there. Oh, they got the flag. They've got the flag to set them up.
Pass interference. Number 32 defense in the end zone. Ball will be placed at the 1-yard line.
Almost like the
Automatic
Baltimore and Tennessee game when the quarterback throws it high and far down the field. Very tough. Watch the double move, the in cut. They're in position, but once the football is in the air, Eric Weddle reaches for the football before it gets there. Ben Roethlisberger. That's plenty of time. He airs it out. Just another reason why.
First and goal. And it's Russell taking it in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Deep down the field. They missed the last situation like this, but Gary Russell, patient, waits, sees where the opening is, and takes it outside.
Gary Russell, the forgotten back at the University of Minnesota, if you will. They had some guys up there who could run with it. At the same time he was there, talking about Lawrence Maroney and Marion Barber and Gary Russell. Conceivable they'd even be here today. And Rivers meets Brett Kiesel. To a pick and the sack.
No, they just missed the assignments up front. That allows Kiesel to come in basically unblocked. And you said it, the other big play, Jim, the tip pass.
Rivers throws it away. The crowd was watching a little action between Dielman and Harrison. They wanted a hold call. And now you hear the boos coming out because Harrison looked like he was ready to burst through. Dielman here.
Oh, boy, the initial move was terrific by James Harrison. They've done a good job blocking him in the passing game today.
He's going for Manu Maliuna. In the game at 28-17 after a Pittsburgh timeout. That's Washington holding on to it. And brought down by Gordon.
Let me say, you know, a lot of people, you're probably wondering why did the Steelers go deep on the first play?
It's right back onto the field. And they pick up the first. Hines Ward with the catch. Looked like Steve Gregory had a chance. Shaping up for a great run in March. Parker scooting outside. Shakes off Gordon. Weddle slows him down. And Parker, remember we said one time in his postseason career, a rush longer than 15 yards. We showed it. The longest run in Super Bowl history. Well, he's got a second one now. 27 with this one.
Well, nothing inside, bounces it outside, and gets those extra yards and almost puts the football game away for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's what you need. When you've got a running back that's fast enough.
Parker with 122 on the ground. And another carry. And another hard run. For about 6.
The fact that Willie Parker has not been healthy all year long. And look what he did today, or has done so far. 128 yards.
Moore. 2nd and 4. He bounces outside. Stiff arms Cromartie, who takes him out. But not until he picks up the first. But running out the clock here. And Parker taking it toward the end zone, and he's in for a touchdown.
And they're tired. And when you get tired, it's hard to stop a running game.
It's the best we've seen Parker. We've had so many of the Steeler games this year. And again, hasn't been healthy until late in the year. And that's quite a combo today.
They got pushed around more than I've seen him pushed around all year long.
And out the deep ball. Vincent Jackson was back there.
Together again.
3rd down, Rivers. And they're draped all over him. Aaron Smith. And they bring Cypress back out to punt with 3:28 to go. Decide not even to go for it here with 3 minutes left. This league for now almost 50 years.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty interesting. Mike Tomlin last year gets the head job. He coaches the 4-3, defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings. He comes in, and one of the first things he does, he keeps Dick LeBeau. He goes, hey, guy, I don't have to teach my defense. I can just help him out a little bit because this guy knows what he's doing. And it's didn't let his ego get in the way.
Catch by Chambers. Oh, man, has it. Chambers with a 20-yard grab. Talking about a guy here, when you look at the fact the NFL leaders on the season, well, 1, 2, and 3 are still alive. Arizona 19th, but that defense last night looked like the 19th on the season. They made those plays against the Panthers on the road.
Well, so many times we talk about the quarterbacks and all the skill people, because we follow the football. It's amazing. It comes down to the best defenses almost every year.
Hester ridden down by Timmons. Kansas City in December to win a game. Cyphers on the onside kick try, and flags are down.
Offside. Number 22 of the receiving team. 5-yard penalty. And play off.
Still, Cyphers was successful 1-of-1 on his tries this year, and that comes right into the arms of Gary Russell.
Something to build on for next year.
First time the Steelers beat the Chargers in the postseason here in Pittsburgh. North Turner, he turned around late in the year, didn't he? Mike Tomlin has his first postseason victory. He finds him. He was looking for Coach Turner.
Hey, keep it up. Take it, baby. Take it.
Ben Roethlisberger, man, he is one tough dude. I think the 2 weeks ago, knocked out with that unconscious moment. A concussion. They'll tell you here in Pittsburgh, too, he's a great tape. You see his action on the sideline all the time. So we're down to 4 teams in the chase for the Lombardi Trophy. On the AFC side, it's Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Next Sunday night at 6:30 on CBS. Philadelphia and Arizona next Sunday on Fox. Subway.
You know I'm always right.